Hi everyone. So I wanted to explain why I use doTERRA essential oils. I started using, I got a couple different oils when I first got into it. I wanted a natural solution for my problems. And what really got me going was after I had my son, I had some postpartum depression and I just was not myself. It was just hard to get through the day with my just depression. That I was just taking care of him, and that was pretty much it. I just did not feel like myself. My breaking point was going on vacation with my family, with just me, my son, my husband had to stay at work, and so I went with my parents and my siblings and their families, and I just like broke down. I was like, this is just not me. Something needs to change. So when I got back, my sister-in-law invited me to a doTERRA class, and I started hearing what these oils could do, and so I bought a couple different ones and made a blend. It was probably more than I needed, but I don't even remember. I know like our Aroma Touch one was in there, which sorry if you can hear my son's game in the background. Um, life with little ones. All right. So, and I know I had like some peppermint, I think I had lemon, lavender. I kind of just threw them all in a roller. Not this one, but like this. And I just started applying it daily, just on my pulse points, so on your wrist, on here, on your neck. And I almost instantly found or saw a difference. I would say within a week, really. I feel like I was back to my normal self. Obviously, I still had moments, and I still do to this day, but I understand that when that happens, I just grab my oils. Either the blend that I made originally, I still actually have some left in that bottle because I didn't end up needing it, the whole thing. Um, that's how well it worked. And then, or my favorite one is actually Elevation. All I could do is like put a drop in my hand and just like breathe it in, and it is almost instantly calming to me. So that is why I really got in, like, really understood oils for that emotional support. It just truly was amazing. And so then, I would say maybe a couple months later, after I started kind of using them for the more emotional support, I got an infection on my toe. Um, it actually ended up being like ingrown hairs, like right underneath my toenail. Um, and like this always happens to me. Doctors are like, "Oh, I've never seen this before," and it was actually both my big toes, but it was my first one on my left foot. Getting into all the gore details here, but that my toenail started getting, I got an infection and my toenail was going all gross and nasty, and they ended up having to remove my toenail. So very painful. Like it was going on, like it was maybe a couple weeks before I actually got to the doctor because it was like, it just got getting worse. And I had to go on antibiotics, which I ended up being allergic to, broke out in a rash, like, and fever, all that. So then I had to go back and use something else. Ugh. So it was like so much pain going through all these antibiotic um, side effects. So when my other toe started acting up, it was kind of like it hurt a little bit. So I kind of thought it was maybe both my toes, but that one wasn't really hurting. So when it started to, I grabbed my tea tree oil and I started applying it like maybe 2 or 3 times a day. And that toe never got infected, or I should say maybe it was a little infected because the tea tree was working, but it never hurt like it did. I never had to have that toenail removed. This was, I think, 2 years ago, and that toenail, again, getting the details. I won't show pictures because they are gross, but it is like slowly growing. So like the infected part of my nail is actually growing out, and so it was so great that I was able to use oils for kind of a medical issue that again, with my other toe, I ended up having an antibiotic that I was allergic to, all these side effects, what it was also doing to my body. Or I could just use tea tree oil. Like it was truly amazing. I've actually used my tea tree and I think it's like my Roman chamomile, I think lavender in a blend that I actually apply to my left foot toenail as that new toenail was growing back in. And everyone was telling, like my doctors and everyone saying when they've lost toenails that it never grows back normal. It would always look weird. It actually looks pretty normal. Like other than it like being a little like I guess bumpy, but like just to look at it. Not a lot of people see my feet because I don't wear open-toe shoes a lot, but because just they're so. Oh, hi Wyatt, you're okay? All right. But anyhow, like it actually, I think oils actually help regrow that toenail as well. Um, so those are my two kind of like ahas with my essential oils. They are like, okay, they are great for emotional support. Um, it actually, I mean, there's the science behind it of your olfactory nerves that go to the lymphatic system of your brain that actually like send signals to like help you like calm down. So like all you really need to do, so this is my on guard, but just like smelling them is like it works. Like there's the science behind it. Like you just when you are like you open it like you eat an orange, like you smell that like the essential oil is actually in the rind of the orange. So when you like crack one open, it's like that uplifting like it's already there. You know, it's not just like just from a bottle of essential oils. Um, but smell is like I think it's like 4 times stronger than any other sense, and it's just so connected to your brain and your memories. And so it's just yeah. Anyhow, there's a bunch of science behind that, and I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert on that part, but it's great. And then so I'm dragging on here, but why doTERRA specifically is um, they are the only company that has been, when third party tested, 100% of the time their oils are proven and tested to be 100% pure. No other company can say that. They get all of their oils from where they are indigenously grown. Um, they have the right conditions of their digital. Like I know there's a couple places just like I just had our conference and maybe like a country above where it normally is grown, but has the exact same conditions, and they've tested it so the exact same chemical constituents in the oils are exactly the same, or the plants themselves. Um, but so they don't buy up farms. They don't have thousands and thousands of acres to grow these plants where they don't grow naturally. And that changes the oils. So they're not the same benefits as they could be um, from other places. So I think that's number one is a wonderful thing that really spoke to me that these oils are doing exactly what they're meant to do. And doTERRA, like I said, they get these farms, they work with farmers. They don't take over farms. They could, like I said, buy up acres and acres and have their own farms, but they make the choice to do it harder and not as cost effective for them to work with individual farmers, like family farms. Um, just listening to the founders talk about it, like I get emotional because you see these stories about how these doTERRAs come in and work with them and they've changed their lives, and people didn't know where their next like how next meals were coming from and how to support their families. And doTERRA is able to help them. So it's like from the bottom up, from helping us with our um, issues, our medical and our emotional issues and concerns, and it helps the growers as well. doTERRA started their foundation before they made a profit, and that is what really spoke to me about doTERRA. Was definitely the right company to get oils from, and why I decided to be a wellness advocate. So, I think there's another story that I was about to come, but anyhow, so that is why I choose to use doTERRA. I truly know that they are the best oils on the market. I'm not just saying that. There's actually many, many tests to show that. Um, but these are great. So you just have to try them to like see how they work for you. There's so many oils, so many choices, so many different options that could work for your different issues. And it's just starting with one. So like for me, it was depression, and then an eviction. And so I still go to the doctor when I needed to. Like I just had a poison ivy, like severe allergic reaction. So I did end up going to the doctor. It's not like I don't believe in like modern medicine, but it's when I can use something so natural as peppermint for a headache or frankincense. Um, or if my 9-month-old is starting to tug on her ears, so I'm making sure she doesn't get an ear infection, I just roll some lavender, um, what is it, lavender, I think some basil and tea tree around her ear multiple times a day just to make sure that infection doesn't happen. Um, yeah, so that is why I use essential oils, and that is why I use doTERRA essential oils. So if you are interested, please reach out. Call me, text me, email me, message me, depending on how you are watching this video, either on my YouTube channel or Facebook. Just figure out how I'm posting it, but I think that's all I have right now. So I will be posting some other things about more of the education aspects. Another really point about doTERRA, they are really good on education. Like, it is not like, here's these products, all right, go use them, figure it out. They are so great of the education, and that is why we have classes. We do not have parties, we have classes. It is fully about under, educating people about the oils and how to use them, which is great. Okay, I'm done talking now.